Hi everybody, this is Jim Sarro from Milberg Green Architects. I'm here with Chris Flowers, owner of the Reading Distilling Guild in their new space at 503 Penn Street here. Chris, so you moved into your space here. How long have you been in here?
We are all moved in. We opened up about 6 weeks ago, and so far it's going very well.
Great. You moved into this old building, you know, it's over 100 years old. So what are some of your favorite features of this building?
I like the space, how open it is. The original walls came out amazing. That is one of the highlights that everybody talks about.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff we discovered as we were renovating the building and uncovering things, and found things that were neat and cool and old, and decided to keep them. So I'm glad it works with your space.
Oh yeah, it works perfectly.
So you said the patrons enjoy the old charm look when they come into the space.
Oh yeah, they love it. Because it has some modern to it, very clean lines, but it still has the old feel of the age of the building.
And that's what we were looking for when we designed it, was to incorporate some of the new feel, modern feel with the old.
Yes, it turned out as a great mixture.
Great. What's your favorite element of the space?
My favorite thing in the space is my giant fan. That is another thing that everybody comments on. The fan and the second floor, being able to look down on the bar. Everybody really likes that too. Yeah, while going through construction and demolition, how did you come across finding the brick? Was it covered or was it already out?
A little bit of both. Some of this brick was covered. When we exposed it, we found that some of it was in pretty bad shape, some of it was in decent shape. We had to take the older brick, and you can see some patches around the space where we had to infill pieces of the brick, because there was parts missing from old floor joists or things that were around, and mortar things in to make it look like it's been here.
Yes.
I believe this wood was called like a stretcher course or something. Something they did back in like the turn of the century.
That was the question I was going to ask you, if you knew what the purpose was of the wood. We've been trying to come up with it, and I just make stuff up.
I spoke with the contractor, and I believe he saw it like on this old house, and they would put this in here, if I remember correctly, for when they would fur over it to plaster it. It gave them something to attach to.
To attach it to, that would make sense. That would make sense, because we can't, it's not everywhere, and it doesn't run in smooth lines.
Right.
And there's none on the second floor.
Yeah. So it was attachment points where they could attach stuff to the wall.
Yeah, that makes sense. Somebody actually came up with that idea. I was like, that sounds better than the ideas I came up with.
Do like a contest.
Yeah.
What is this brick?
Yes, what is this brick? Here's another interesting thing that some people can actually tell. The building is sloped from back to front. Do you know why they did that?
Yes, I do. Back when turn of the century, the first floors would be used for stables. So it was a way they could wash
and just have it drain.
Wash out and just have it drain in the front of the building. We did another building in town for the Boys Club.
Yeah.
And they had a really severe slope, and that was the same thing. Where they could clean out. We would try and level it off.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes trying to have stuff in here level.
It was tough, and we actually didn't really discover the sloped floor because you couldn't really feel a lot up here until we were in the basement, and we couldn't understand why there was more headroom in the back than there was towards the front.
Yeah.
And I think one day we finally pieced it together that the floor sloped. That's what it was.
Interesting things with old buildings.
Yeah, and this was in the original building. This was actually all staircase, retail stores. So it was pretty much covered. You couldn't really feel it because it was all retail back then. Once that all came out, and that's the reason this opened up as well, is because there was a stair tower right in the middle here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There was a stair tower right up the middle of the building to the second floor, to offices up on the second floor. So when that all had to come out, that was how the second floor got to be open.
That's a good thing that it happened.
Yeah, it really opens the space up, and like I said, it gives you the view from from the second floor.
Oh
down.
yeah, the views from upstairs are amazing.
And the view of the city at night, I'm sure is.
It was nice when they put the Christmas tree out front just for me.
So what's coming up next for Reading Distilling Guild?
What's coming up next is we are planning our grand opening for the weekend of February 21st and 22nd. We'll have live bands that weekend, and then the Tuesday after that is Mardi Gras Tuesday, and we have a brass band coming in for that day. So we have a lot of fun things coming up. We have live music most nights we're open, DJs on every Thursday. And then once the weather gets a little bit nicer, we'll have the outside open and have food trucks out there. Nice place to come and hang out, relax, have a few cocktails.
Great. Well, I'm happy Muhlenberg Green Architects could be a part of this, and we could help bring your vision to life.
To life, yes, and it turned out wonderful, better than I expected.